Hi there, EXP agents. My name is Wilson Solomon. I am the customer success manager here at Lofty for EXP. I have John Heckel joining me today, who's one of our senior onboarding specialists, one of our product knowledge experts within Lofty. I have him joining me today we'll be getting into websites within Lofty. So just taking you through all things websites as far as just going through and touching on what's available, what's there for you, and being able to answer any questions you may have around websites within Lofty. So John has a lot of expertise in multiple areas within Lofty, but asked him to join me today to get into websites. And we'll be doing that. Also to fielding questions through EXP World and other YouTube and other streaming platforms that we are on with you today. So thanks again for joining EXP agents. Do appreciate it. And John, again, so I'll go ahead and kick it over to you for presenting, and as we have questions pop up, I'll turn my camera on as well for you. So.
Sounds good. Thank you guys for having me. It's great to be here. Just throw your questions into the chats, and Wilson's going to interrupt me and jump in and ask those questions on everybody's behalf. So do not be shy about asking questions about the Lofty website. Here's really what we're going to be going through today. We're going to start off with going through this landing page, which will be available to you guys within Lofty whenever you're deciding what kind of website you're going to have within Lofty. I'm going to talk about the differences between the main two types of websites and introduce the third one as well. But really, the bulk of today is going to be going into a full Lofty website that we use for demo purposes and talking about all the different features you get whenever you've got a full Lofty built website that uses all of our available website features. I'll also bounce back and forth between the two main packages, like, hey, this is something that's available in both. This is one that'll just be available within the upgraded version. But what I really want you guys to take away from this today is that both options are terrific, and the Lofty website allows you to generate leads, track activity, send out custom links, do a ton of stuff that is going to be really helpful to generate traffic, engage your leads, and have really good visibility between everything. So starting off, let's go ahead and look at this breakdown. This is a real EXP agent account. Somebody who's not selected their website type yet, and we just clicked on the website tab up here at the top middle. Once you click on that website tab, if you don't already have a Lofty website, this is what you're going to see. A lot of this information we're going to cover in different ways as we go through everything. But as we scroll all the way down, we're going to see the main two terms, a full SEO website and an agent website. Full SEO website, agent website. Okay, right here we have a breakdown of what's included within both and what's included within just the full SEO website. Okay. Think about it like this. Whenever you come into Lofty through EXP, you're going to be able to just create an agent website. This would be something like johnheckel.expworld.com, or basically just my name dot and then the main domain for EXP over here on the back end. So johnheckel dot and then the rest of the domain. It's going to look very similar to the main website with not a whole lot of editability. That's purposeful. The meaning or the reason why we do that is because it's a great option if you just want to, boom, have a website within Lofty. It doesn't, because everything looks relatively the same. It's not going to require you to go through a whole design process. It's not going to require you to put in your own MLS applications. It's not going to require you to do any of the labor-intensive aspects of building a website, but at the same time, it's going to allow you to generate leads, send out properties, do everything that you need to do with the website without the hassle of putting everything together. But on the other side of that coin, what that does mean is I'm not going to be able to customize my domain with a simple agent website. Okay. I'm only going to be able to have John Heckel dot or whatever I want over here dot that domain. Okay, that's one. Number two is I'm not going to be able to customize every part of the website. If I don't like the picture that's right there, most likely I'm not going to be able to change the picture. I'm just going to have to live with it or not send out that page whenever I send links out. So the design and the domain are going to be the main two things that aren't going to be editable, which you might want to upgrade for editability of those things. Okay. So the full SEO website, if we click create full SEO website, it's going to kick us over here to our marketplace where we see the price of that is $49 a month. And basically, think of this as I get to build a website that looks however I want it to look. We've got great website tools that I'm going to go through today. The SEO of those websites and the SEO tools are terrific. And it really just is a full comprehensive experience. Okay, so for $49 a month, you get that experience. Now, there is sort of a middle ground, which isn't listed here, which is if I don't care about editability of the custom website, but I do want to have my own domain instead of the John Heckle dot. I just want to have John Heckle or johnheckle.exp.com. Instead of having that, I just want johnheckle.com and I own that domain, but I don't care to edit everything else. We do have an option that's that middle ground, okay? And that's also going to be available in our marketplace. That's less popular because typically people will go all the way or they'll stick with that just plug and play solution, but we do offer that as sort of a middle ground as well. Okay, so let's talk about, I'm going to go ahead and flip over to a different account where we can see both. Let's talk about what features we have within the Lofty website builder. So this account, if we go ahead and click over here on website, we're going to see a couple different examples of what some domains could look like. So up here at the very top, we've got our salesdemo.lofty.com. Okay, this would be considered like a full SEO website right here at the top level. And then you see down here, our agent websites are stuff like demogreen.lofty.me, emilyparis.lofty.me, right? It's a name, dot, and then the rest of the domain. Okay, let's go ahead and click into our main website here to show you all of the different tabs and the way that a website within Lofty looks. Okay, so starting off, we've got our overview tab right here. You don't spend a ton of time in your overview tab, to be honest. It's a great spot to see all of your website analysis. Okay, here's how many page views I'm getting, registered leads, unique visitors, great spot for all of that information. And it's got a couple quick links, but am I spending 20 minutes here every day? No, even whenever I'm first starting off with my website, but it's a great initial dashboard. Now, really the part where we're going to be spending the most time today is over here in the Lofty website editor. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and restore changes here. If you've ever used a website editor before, our Lofty website editor is similar to those. It uses a lot of the same structure and features in a lot of different ways. Okay, that being said, it does have some unique features and it's going to be a really good blend between easy to use and having lots of customization ability. I'm going to go ahead and start off with that. Whenever you're in a given website builder, the way that websites are structured, if you've ever had any experience with that, or even just going to websites, you pick up on this. Every website has pages and then blocks on those pages. So even if we go to just lofty.com to our main website, you'll notice that, right? We've got our home page here and we've got content, then we've got content, then we've got content with sort of some breaks here, right? Where some things start and some things end. Within Lofty, that's basically the way that we build it, right? We've got our page here, our home page. We scroll through, we've got content, we've got content, then we've got content. Whenever you're customizing your Lofty site, you want to be thinking about what pages do I want and what blocks do I want on those pages. We make it really simple for you to make those customizations. Okay, whenever we click over here onto our left side of our page, we're going to see our block section, our page section, our style section, and our SEO section. This is how we make it easy for you to edit your website. All I have to do is click on my page section. I see a list of all the pages that are built into my website. The ones that are displayed are going to be listed in displayed navigation. Those are going to be the ones listed across the header. Then I've got all the ones I have in hidden navigation. I can create tons and tons of pages, creating links to those pages and not have to display them for everybody to click on. A common example of this is like, for instance, if I want somebody to click a button and they go to a specific page, but I don't want that page listed across the top. That could be something like, a regional area. So if I want somebody to be able to click and say, hey, I want to check out the tri-state area, you can have a click here for the tri-state area. It kicks them over to a different page that lists out everything about that area without having to have it listed up here and maybe clutter the header more than you want to. Okay, without getting too far into the weeds, this is the way the customization within Lofty works, just to show you how easy it can be. Whenever I want some more content on my page, I find where I want that content and I click the add block button. The add block section pops up here on the left-hand side in this panel. I scroll through, I find what kind of content I want to add. I click that content, select it, and boom, it's right on my page. Okay, so I'll scroll through, I'll say home valuation. I want a home valuation here. I click on it, and there it is right there. Okay, now how do I save this work and make it live? I just click on the publish button up here at the top right hand corner. As soon as I click publish, then this change is made live on my website. At any time, if I want to see what my website looks like, I just come over here and click on the globe icon, and I see what my website looks like right at this very moment. And we can see that that home valuation block is listed right there. Okay. Now, if I scroll up here to the top, and right now we've got a drone footage of St. Louis as the background for our first initial header. Let's say I wanted to change that image in the background, not replace it the whole block entirely, but just to change that image or that video. I would just hover over that block, click edit, and now I have an editing panel over here on the left-hand side. I can change the language where it says everybody loves Lofty. I can change what's down here. I can change any of the text. I can also click on this background section and change the background type from video to image. And there we go. Now, same thing. I want to save this change. I click publish. Great. Now I can just go back to my website and click refresh. And now it's been changed. So that's just a quick insight showing you how easy it can be to go through a Lofty website and make edits. Okay, so if you're somebody who's not super tech savvy, in your opinion, you've never customized a website before, what I tell everybody to do is simply click on the globe icon. Lofty gives you a bunch of great templated pages. Scroll through those. Say, what do I want to change? What do I not want to change? Do I want this there? Do I want that there? Where it says work with me, I want this to say work with us. I can just come back right back over here to our editor, scroll down to that block, click on work with me, click the edit button, and switch it over to work with us. So where it says work with me, I'll say work with us and click publish and then refresh my page. And scroll down, and there it is. Okay, so really easy to go through and make those edits. Now let's say that I have either been with Lofty now for a long time and I want to make some more changes to my website, maybe get more in depth. Maybe I've edited a ton of websites, or my spouse is like a website guru and they know everything about how to code a website. Am I locked into these blocks? No, you can always code whatever you want into a Lofty website. This allows you to hire vendors to come in and work on your Lofty website. This makes sure that we're not limiting you in your imagination of what you want done with your website. You can always come in here and code whatever you want. I would say, all right, here I want this specific block, click add block, scroll down to the bottom and click the embed button. From there, I can click on this HTML block and begin to code everything in that I need to code. Wilson, we've got some questions in the chat.
Yeah, if you're good, we can just take a few of these that have come in. Carmelita asked, she asked, why under the standard plan does it not pull the data from MLS for compliance with each state and local MLS? Why do I have to pay for upgrade to edit the footer to be in compliance?
Gotcha. So this question refers to, if we go down here to the very bottom of the footer here, this would likely be something that I would recommend you reach out to the Lofty support team for specifically. But for everybody's benefit, this bottom section, what's called the footer, we can go in here and edit and add in custom content, custom disclaimers. Now, the agent website potentially doesn't have, or without looking at the specific agent website, I wouldn't be able to see whether or not our system is pulling in the ability to add additional disclaimers to that agent website. But if you are part of an MLS that requires you to have initial or additional disclaimers down here at the bottom, I would definitely reach out to our support team. And Wilson, I know we have an EXP specific support team to help with stuff like this. Is that correct?
Yeah, and I'll drop that into the chat as well.
Yeah, so Carmelita, what I would do is reach out to them, let them know the situation, say, hey, I'm part of this MLS. They require additional disclaimers in the bottom of my footer for my agent website. Right now, I'm not seeing the ability to add those for my agent website. Our team should be able to work with you on that and either reach out to the MLS or add that ability for the footer or find some sort of resolution, because I agree that would be something that we need to look into.
Perfect. Thank you, John. Let me see here. There's another one I wanted to touch on that was website specific. Let's see. Sorry.
All good. All good.
Here we go. Nancy asks, I have a vanity website, and it is my son and I on a team, just the two of us. I'd like a site that highlights us both, not just me. What are my options for that?
Yeah, if you have a vanity website and you want to make sure to feature you and your son within the website, whenever you've got a block that initially just features you, we just need to make sure that he is also added into the, if we can restore changes, publish. We can always add additional agents to any additional agent block if you have that website that allows you to edit. So for instance, let's say that I add a block here to feature myself and I click agent over here on this left-hand side and I insert an agent block. I can control which agents appear here. So I can have it be me and my son. Okay. The way that I would do that is I would come over here into my settings. I would drop down into my organizational info and then click on agents, and I can add display only agents. Her example is a perfect example of where we'd want to add a display only agent potentially. We can say, hey, I want to display my son on my website, and potentially it's not coming across through the Lofty CRM correctly. I can always just add a display only agent, fill in his info, first name, last name, email address, pop in his photo. And then whenever I go back into my editor and I go to that agent block, I can feature both of us after adding him as a display only agent. So to answer your question, the way that we can make sure that we're featuring both people is adding him in as a display only agent, and then anywhere where she is displayed, editing that block and making sure they're both being displayed once he's added in as a display only agent.
Perfect. Thank you, John.
Yeah.
One other question Corinna had. I have my own domain and website. Can I use it with Lofty and be able to update it?
So if you have your own domain and website outside of Lofty, your options are to, whenever somebody signs up via that website, have those leads flow into Lofty directly and not integrate the website into the system. What I mean by that is your external website that's currently live somewhere else, there's not a way to basically push that website completely into Lofty and be able to edit it the way that we're editing this one. You would need to use the Lofty website editor, build the website that you want, and then move the domain from your current website provider to Lofty, basically turning off that other website and all of the content. That's the typical process. I call it the Indiana Jones method, where if we've got two websites over here, one live with all this content and one in Lofty that's, a blank slate, we want to customize everything on the Lofty website, keeping the first one live, and then pull the domain over and do a quick switcheroo, right? That's typically what people do. That's what I would recommend doing. If you don't want to part with your current external website, we do offer two options for that. The widget option, which is basically iframing the listings from Lofty directly into your external website. You generate code and then you can insert it into that other website. The benefit of this is you can display Lofty listings. The downside is as soon as somebody clicks on one of those listings, they're going to be kicked to the Lofty website anyway. So you'd want to be aware of that people are going to still be directed to your Lofty website. If you keep it as an agent website, it'll be really easy to still have a functional one, plug and play, but you can use this widget to basically link it from your other website to your Lofty one. The other one is if you chose to upgrade, you could also do a Lofty WordPress plugin option. That option is a little bit more complicated, but it's really nice if you're willing to go through the setup and your current website is WordPress. We do offer that to allow you to basically push all the Lofty listings into your external website and not push anybody back into Lofty. So to summarize, you've got an external website somewhere else. You just got your Lofty website. You're wondering what to do. The common way to do it would be to, if you would like to upgrade your Lofty website to a full agent SEO website, right? So you have full editability, make all the changes you want to make, and then move the domain over and deactivate your other site. That's option one. Option two would be to keep your other website live over here, keep your Lofty agent website live over here, which is not the paid version, the free version, and then use this iframe to basically link people to the Lofty website really elegantly. Or there's option number three, which if your other website is a WordPress website, and you want to upgrade your Lofty website to a full SEO as well, you can have them talk really, really nicely. And there's lots of information in our help center about the WordPress plugin that I would direct you to there.
That's great. Thank you, John. One last question. There's a few people kind of asking because I think you've been showing more so the full SEO site, but Tina was just saying, are you showing us the agent site or the full SEO site?
Yeah. I've been showing the full SEO website to this point. I'm about to touch on, and I'll go ahead, if there aren't any more questions, I'll just go into that. What things are editable on the agent website versus the main website? Okay, great. So the agent website style, basically think of it like this, and I'm going to go ahead and flip over here to this Emily Paris. Okay, so we just flipped over from the main Lofty website to the emilyparis.lofty.me website. Notice up here on this left-hand side, where originally we had 4 different buttons and we focused on our editor and our page button, but we also had our style button and our SEO. Okay, that is now down to just one, just the page button. You'll also notice that the things that we just edited are now showing up right here on our Lofty subdomain, or sorry, agent website is the new term. This is going to look very, 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 very similar to our main website, right? Over in on our main, SEO website for you guys would be the EXP site. But you'll notice up here at the top, we are featuring Emily right up here at the beginning. Okay, the reason why Emily is popping up here is because on our main agent site, or on our main, SEO site. Oh, excuse me, that was not what I wanted to do. Whenever we have an agent block or a hero block on our main website, our salesdemo.lofty.com website, if we go to that, we'll see that. Whenever we've got a hero image, which is this top one right here, or we've got an agent block, which is one right here, both of those can be edited within our agent websites, the free version. So if I go back down to our Emily Paris one right here, we'll notice that everything's the same on this first hero image because we haven't made an attempt to edit it yet. But where it was displaying all of the agents, it is now just displaying me, it is now just displaying Emily. Those are the key differences from the main website to the agent website, okay? Where it displays everybody, it'll now just display you. Whenever somebody goes to emilyparis.lofty.me, they still have all the ability to browse all the different pages, but it's going to be featured around Emily, not around the whole team. Okay, what this means is I can send somebody out a listing on 123 Main Street, right? And it's going to be a link on emilyparis.lofty.me, and people can still go to the home page. They can still go to the neighborhoods page. They can still go to the careers page, but they will always remain on emilyparis.lofty.me. At that point, if they ever sign up from any of the pages that are already created for my agent website, they are going to go to me as a lead because they came in through my URL. Now, how do I edit these blocks? First of all, if I come down here to where I'm displayed, I can click edit right here and scroll down and click change style. And I get different options of how I want to be displayed. I can choose this, I can choose that one, I can move it around, say, hey, I want it to look like this, I want it to look like that. And you have customization ability over this one where you're displayed. Also, if you scroll up here to the top to this hero image, I can click edit on this. This one, we basically make sure that you know that you're about to edit the hero image, because hero images are a big part of a page, right? They're going to be that first thing that people see, fills up the whole page. If you want to edit the hero image, you simply go up here to the top. You click here to stop the synchronization. And now I have the ability to edit that on my agent website. So that first initial, everyone loves Lofty or whatever it says, you can go in there, unsync and edit it. Anytime that it displays the team, it will display you, and you have control over what is shown there as well. Now, if I scroll down, actually, I think I might have removed that, but another type of block that you can edit is a review block. Okay, a review block. So whenever they're displaying the whole team's reviews, you can go in there, edit, only display your reviews. And here's the big kicker is your MLSs are the only ones that are going to show up on your website, right? Whenever you first go to your agent website, we're going to ask you to verify which MLSs that you're a part of. You're going to say, yeah, I'm a part of this one, I'm a part of that one. Here's my MLS agent ID. It's going to send you a verification code to your email. And then only the MLSs that you're a part of will show up whenever somebody goes to the all listings page. Okay. Stuff like that. So your agent website is a version of the main website where you can edit, again, the first images, the hero images, the agent blocks, the reviews, and only the MLSs that you're a part of will show up on that website. Okay. But if you notice, like say I want to come down here and I'm like, you know what? I don't like the background of this. There's no button for me to edit this. This is locked into the system. Same thing with this block, same thing with that block. Okay. Only specific blocks can we edit. All right. So that's the key differences. Now I want to go into our main website again here, salesdemo.lofty. Talk about some other cool features about our full SEO websites, and then we're going to round up, we're going to tie everything in a bow, talking about landing pages, which both types of website packages can use, and they're super effective and they're really easy to use in Lofty. So we'll end everything by talking about landing pages. Let me go ahead and hit on some other key features of our full SEO websites. So whenever I am on a specific page, I can click over here on this SEO button. Whenever I click on this SEO button, our SEO tool is going to give you a full SEO breakdown of this page and give you recommendations to improve it. This is a really cool tool. It allows you to make sure that you're getting as much traffic to your website as possible. Definitely use this to its fullest extent that you can, because it is really effective, able to basically do spot checks on each of your pages. Okay. Additionally, if we come up here to our areas section, so this is for this account, it's going to be under settings and then featured areas. For all new accounts, it's actually going to be in a separate section, but it's just going to be called areas, and it'll look very, very similar, if not exactly the same. What Lofty has the ability to do is generate full pages about a given area, including the listings in that area, median sales price, home price, a ton of stuff about that area just by you putting in the name of that area. So we're going to go over here and do one. We're going to do add new area, and then we're going to put in Menlo Park in California. Okay, so if we put in Menlo Park, California, Lofty's going to go, okay, I found Menlo Park. This is Menlo Park right here. We're going to click OK. Terrific. Now, Lofty's going to generate this page. Now, if I go over here and I click Edit on this page, should take us to it. The first block is going to be a highlighted map of that section. Our next section is going to give us average sales price, median sales price, and this will all come through once you hook up all of your MLSs. Those will all come through and fill in correctly. It'll show up all of the recently sold listings within that area. The market trends within Menlo Park will show up here as well. Housing detail will show the amount of people who own, amount of people who rent, listing detail of like the average house, more maps and elementary schools, school data will come through, commuter scores. As you can see, like demographics, all this info is great. And all I had to do was put in Menlo Park. All you have to do is put in Dallas or St. Louis or wherever you're a part of that specific MLS and whichever areas that you're selling a lot of homes. And these pages are great to then share on social media and just to have out there, because next time somebody Googles homes in Menlo Park, guess what page just might pop up for them, right? So that featured area section is huge. It's something that I would really recommend taking a look at and filling in as many areas as you can. Now, if I come over here to my blog section, Lofty has a blog feature within those full SEO websites. I can generate blogs using my AI blog assistant right here. Functions as sort of like a chat GPT interface. It will give you some really good either starting points or stuff that you can post directly to your website. This is another really good thing for SEO, and our Lofty AI blog assistant is terrific in generating a lot of content. If I just click add new, you'll see all the different features. I can put in videos, pictures. I can list everything out that I want to list out. I can go in here to the settings and the SEO and further customize it as well. So our featured areas, our blogs, and then we've got over here our editor. A couple things that are really cool with our editor as well. I was talking about how we can build out specific blocks that we can code in and do whatever we want with. Some other cool blocks that are really nice. Oh, sorry, wrong one there. I'll click add block here. If we scroll down, we have some home valuation blocks that are really nice. What this will do is it'll allow them to put in their address and generate a home valuation for free and collect their information as a new lead. So those are super valuable, right? That means that somebody came to my website, they gave me their address, they gave me the fact that they do want a home valuation, and now I've got all of their contact info. We build this into a couple of our templated pages. Take advantage of that block because it's a really great way to get people into your system and get a lot of information about them. Okay. Now, if I come down here under our blog section, I can feature my blogs on my website. This is another great way to direct people over there. The blog blocks is something that I wanted to hit on. Oh, and then my last one up here is our featured area blocks. This is where we can take all the different areas that we've created pages for in the background in that previous section and then feature them on our website like this. Now I've got San Francisco, Silmar, St. George. I can go in here and edit and add whichever blocks I want to feature, or whichever areas, excuse me, I want to feature within this block into here. People can go, click on it, look at that specific area. So definitely take advantage of all of those. If we come over here into our settings, thing I'll leave you with is under lead capture. The thing I'll leave you with within this this editor before we go and talk about landing pages. Within our lead capture section, we have the ability to customize when people are prompted to register for our website. Our default of this is great. So if you don't want to go in here and put your fingerprints on it, you can just leave it as is. You'll still get a ton of leads. And I really like our defaults. But you can also come in here and say, hey, I want people to be forced to register after 2 listing views, or I want people to be forced to register after 12 seconds or 13 seconds on the platform. You have the ability to fully customize when people are getting that pop-up. Now, if I come over here into pop-up style and settings, I can also customize what the pop-up looks like. I can have it be a 1-column, 2-column, 1-step column. Over here in questionnaire settings, this is also where then I can customize the new lead questionnaire that I have pop up for everybody who has given me their information. For all of these, we can allow people to close them or not. If you look over there in that little panel, you can see that that X is appearing and disappearing. And then we can customize what information we're getting from people whenever they are signing up, right? Are you a current homeowner? What's your preferred language? Do you like hot dogs? Any questions that you want to put in here, you can put in. And here's my favorite part. You can tag people based off of their responses. So let's say we're talking about, are you currently a homeowner? I can say, all right, if they respond with yes, then they get a tag of homeowner. And I'll add that tag, right? Now, everybody that comes in, I know how to find them later. I know that they signed up via the website and that they already own a home and they've got that tag, so I can easily find them later. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about landing pages. If we come over into Lofty, landing pages are going to be located under marketing, and then they're going to be down here at the bottom under our landing page section and tools. They're heavily related to website, of course. If we click on our overview, there is going to be a landing page button. That's a quick link that'll kick you to the same spot as well. This is something that you don't need the full upgraded website for, and everybody, I would recommend use this landing page feature. So what I can do is I can come in here and I can say, hey, I want to feature a listing, quick feature a listing. All I have to do is put in the property address for that listing. So let's put in something 1234. Okay, we've got one in, let's see if we can find one that might have some good pictures. Maybe this one in Irvine, California. This would pop up with any of the listings that are within the MLS that you're connected to. We'll click save. Now Lofty is going to generate a landing page for us about that listing. It's going to lead off with pictures. Okay, then it's going to come down here to the information: 4-bed, 4-bath, 2,800 square feet. It's going to give us a gallery of all the images, the property detail, the school information, and our contact info. Now, even if I don't have the full upgraded website, I can also come over here to the settings and customize all of the pop-ups, all of the information gathering, all the lead generation of this landing page. Excuse me, I can come over here and make changes, say, hey, I want to make people register after 12 seconds, 13 seconds of being on. after maybe I don't want them to have to register, anything like that, I can customize that all directly. I can also have everybody that signs up from this landing page get assigned a tag that then immediately sends them into Lofty with that info, so that then I can find them later. Maybe I want to start a drip campaign using that tag. Really easy to add that there. I can also leave a note for everybody that registers. I can send a welcome email or welcome text to everybody that registers. I can customize the SEO. So as you can see, all I had to do was put in that address for that listing, and my landing page is generated here. This is going to be on my agent website. So it'll be on the johnhickel.exp.com. Okay. That way, let's say that somebody clicks on the landing page, they can click around, go to the home page, go anywhere, and they're always going to remain as my lead. If they register from anywhere, they will go directly to me. Okay, so I can do a lot with this landing page. I can post it to my social channels by clicking up here. I can create a QR code. I can look at it live, on the website, take a look at it, scroll through it, but they're really easy to generate. We have a ton of other options other than feature a listing as well. Listing search campaign, lead registration form, featured area page, buyer guide downloads, seller guide downloads. There's even more. If I click a few more that I can scroll through, and these allow you to generate new content, send those out to people, and it's all going to be available for you no matter your package. Now, you might have picked up on, whenever we're in our landing page, we have the ability to send out, oh, where'd you go there? Welcome emails and welcome texts. Okay, you might be wondering what those are. Our welcome emails and welcome texts are built into all of our websites, specifically the welcome emails, and you guys can customize those directly for the people that register via your agent website. If I come in here to my Lofty account, I can click on settings, then under my personal settings, I can click on email right down here, and then automated emails. These emails will go out. I can turn them on with this toggle or not. They can go out automatically for anybody that registers via the landing pages, via my normal agent website. If I send them a property and they sign up from there, they will get this welcome email. I can edit it. I can make any changes to it and look at what people are getting. What this does is it makes sure that people are aware that they've signed up, that they've got a full login, and lets them know that you're going to be reaching out to them as well. It's a great first touch point. If I come down here and click on preview, I can see, all right, this is all the information. This is what I'm listing out. And it's got my email signature and a link back to the website as well. Okay. Whenever you import your leads into the Lofty system, you can also go over here and send this to people that you've uploaded. That way people know that, hey, you're on your you have a new website, they've got a login for it, and that way you can engage people and get them to your website for the first time as well. Wilson, we've got some questions.
Yeah, I was just going to see if we could pause for just a couple that have rolled in. I have one from Tina here. She says, "So I can't edit the neighborhood section in the basic agent site."
Correct. So the neighborhood section you won't be able to edit within the basic agent website section. Correct. So whenever you're going into that areas, right? From the full SEO website, that's how you add things, that's how you push things in. The way that we basically protect you from advertising areas that you don't want as a part of your agent website is, one, removing them from the overall sort of EXP site so they're not flowing down. That would be one option. But no matter what, whenever you sign up for your agent website, you're going to put in which MLSs that you're a part of, and no listings from other MLSs will feed into your agent website at all. So in that way, it remains just the MLSs that you're a part of, no matter what pages are on the overall website.
Perfect. Thank you, John. Cheryl was wondering, how can I get the listings that are showing up on my page to actually be in my area?
How can I get the listings that are showing up on my page to actually be on my area? What that might be an issue with is making sure that you are verifying the MLSs that you're part of, kind of going back to what we were just talking about. Whenever I'm in my basic agent website here, and I go over here to my listing section, this is where I come up here and I click add new MLS. It's going to give me a list of all the MLSs that I can add. Once I click on that MLS, then it's going to ask me to put in my information. So I'll just put in John to see if there's anybody. So if I was John Hornstra, then I would click here and I would verify my MLS membership. That way, all the listings from the California Regional MLS would then show up on my agent website. Okay, but we want to make sure we do that, and we don't do that, obviously, for any MLSs that you're not a part of, but it'd be pretty impossible to do that regardless. If she's still having issues with that, that would be another thing that we can reach out to her support team for, because if we've already done that and the listings that are showing up on her website aren't the correct ones, or the correct ones aren't showing up, that's something that our support team can look into and make sure that data feed is functioning correctly.
Great. No, thank you, John. So one of the things that Gary is asking was I had answered some of the questions in the chat around the team capabilities. Katie Van Ness was in here and says, there is a team ability. Let's ask them to demonstrate that. Do you have anything you can show from just like a website perspective, or just like team capability perspective, John?
Yeah, so if you're a part of a team within Lofty with the EXP platform, basically you want to have a team admin add you into that environment. That basically functions as what we call in Lofty an office. So for instance, if Wilson and I were on a team, we would both get added into Lofty through the CRM of choice. Then John, I would go ahead and raise my hand as, okay, I'm going to be the office owner. And I would go through exactly the process with EXP. Wilson, you might be more aware. But then I would add Wilson to my office as an agent. Then we would share a office website on the top level. Okay, so there's a lot of features that go into the team, but specifically with websites, think about it like with a team package within Lofty, we get a website that functions as the top level website, right? And that I can display all of my team on. I can edit and make sure it looks good, right? And we can display my whole team using those display only agents that we were talking about earlier, or by pulling them in from the CRM. So to answer your question, the team implications of a Lofty website are mainly making sure that we're displaying all the agents whenever there's a My Team page or anything like that, which we can do through our settings and adding display only agents. That way, they'll be able to show up in all those blocks. But more than that, you want to just make sure everybody's added into Lofty and then added into a group together. And then there's a bunch of other things that we can do on the CRM side that are helpful.
Perfect. Thank you, John. One last question that came over, looks like from Travis on the YouTube site. He says, on the full SEO website, will the website show up on the first page on Google searches in an area? Also, will there be organic leads from this SEO?
Yeah, so with any of our full SEO websites, we have this SEO tab right here in this middle section. This SEO tab gives us an SEO checklist. This checklist is built basically by our experts over here at Lofty to make sure that that we're giving you guys the tools to do everything you can to show up on that first page of Google. Now, there's no guarantees of showing up on the first page, and people have varying levels of success depending on the market, depending on the content, depending on your activity of sending out links to the website, depending on how long the domain has been live. There's a ton of different variables, but this SEO checklist is going to get all those basics done to make sure your website is nice and healthy. It's going to be stuff like setting up your Google business profile, connecting your domain, of course, setting up the homepage metadata, and it's going to walk you through each of these things as well. This is also a good segue into our help center. So if we come up here and we go into Lofty, right? I'm just logged into Lofty on a normal day. I can always come up here to my question mark, and then I've got all of these resources over here on this left-hand side. Specifically with making sure that our SEO is as good as it can be, we have a video in our learning center that was run by an SEO expert over here at Lofty that we have recorded and available to you at any time. All you need to do is click on this learning center right here. From the learning center, go down to the bottom left-hand corner and click on live training recordings and live training recording repository. This is a bank of all of those live Lofty trainings that we're running every hour of every day for people who are looking to learn more about Lofty and get everything set up, or just continue to use Lofty to the best of its ability, right? But once we're in here at the very bottom of our admin training session recordings, we have a full SEO video. It's called SEO Office Hours Recording. This is a 47-minute video taking you through all the things you need to know about Lofty whenever it comes to SEO. But what I would really recommend for everyone is, if you have a full SEO website, to go through our SEO checklist, which is going to be available under the SEO tab right here. Complete this checklist. Then whenever you're on the website, going into the website and clicking on the SEO button whenever you're on a really important page like your homepage, and getting that full SEO breakdown. From there, you can make changes to it to make sure the SEO is as good as it can be for that specific page. Then this live training recording going through 47 minutes of SEO content is really helpful as well. Those would be the areas I would direct you to. Of course, again, there's no guarantees of showing up on the first page, but we can make sure that your website's really healthy and the SEO is as good as it can be, for sure.
No, it's great, John. Thank you for showing that, kind of showing these guys where to go for more resources for training. One last question that came over from the same gentleman on YouTube was, does it cost more for multiple MLSs? The answer to that is, I believe, John, they have up to 3 they can connect within the XP instance, I believe, before any additional cost. I believe that's correct. And I'm not necessarily asking you, because I probably know that information better than you, but I believe that it's 3. So
that does sound right. And for additional MLSs, we can always connect those, and it's usually a small fee. Like for instance, I've seen people connect 5, 6, 7 MLSs and it not be something that it's something that a lot of people do, is connect more than that basic amount. So that is always available too.
Perfect. Thank you, John.
Yeah.
That's it for questions at the moment.
Okay, definitely. Well, let me just go back over all of where you can find all of your Lofty resources. Then we'll leave room for a couple more questions right here at the end. Then we'll make sure to get you guys out of here on time. So whenever I log into Lofty and I'm looking at this, I'm looking at my dashboard. This is where I would recommend you start to hang out and start to learn the system from. This people tab, this marketing tab, okay? The website tab, we want to make sure that's all set up. That's what we've been talking about today. Especially at the beginning, you might be spending a lot of time over there in website. But as far as just getting a handle of Lofty as a CRM, the people tab and the marketing tab are going to be the places where you want to sort of focus. If you're looking to, if you've got 20 minutes, you want to poke around, those would be the places I would poke around in. Reason being is you're going to be using the people tab every day to look at your leads, reach out to leads, them reaching out to you, responding to them, organizing your leads. Marketing is where you can find all the cool Lofty tools, like we were talking about landing pages today, are going to be within marketing. Now, for all of our educational resources, we want to click on this question mark up here at the top right. We have this Get Training button down here at the bottom right-hand side. This Get Training button, this takes you to a calendar of all of our live trainings. So these are for not just EXP agents, but everybody who's looking to learn more about Lofty, set up Lofty, continue to use Lofty. And we've got different training sessions for admins and agents. Both of them would be good to go to. The agent training sessions are going to be more geared around using Lofty as just one person, versus an admin training session is going to be more around setup or setting it up for multiple people. But you can just click on one of these, sign up, and go to them. That way you can continue your momentum with Lofty and just sign up, jump in, talk to a John or a Wilson and ask more questions. Also, other than Get Training, we have our Learning Center, which we just talked about with that SEO video. This live training recordings section is where I would focus. Once we click on our live training recordings, we can get into our live training recording repository and we can enroll or replay course. We have all of those live videos we were just looking at a calendar for. We have all those live videos recorded and available to you at any time. A really good one that we've just added recently is this Website 101 series down here, where every type of block that you could add to your website, we have a video for. A 3 to 5 minute video about that specific block. So you never get stuck on one kind of block. You can't figure out, hey, how do I edit this home valuation block? You can just jump over here to the live training recordings and take a look at a 3 to 5 minute video about that. We also have our help center up here at the top right-hand corner. This help center, it's similar to a car manual in a lot of ways. If my car breaks down and I have no idea what's going on, I'm not just going to pull out that car manual and just start flipping through pages and hope I find something. But if I know that, hey, I need to replace my wipers and this like little button isn't working, or I can't figure out how to pull this out, whatever it might be, I can come into my car manual and find the wiper page, right? This help center is a similar thing where we can say, all right, I'm having issues with my website. Come in here, type in website, and now I'm going to get a ton of different options for full guides about the website, website team info, cookies, website customizations, template library, tons of info. I can get more specific from there. We also have our Lofty support team. I think Wilson dropped in the EXP specific Lofty support team information into the chat, but we also do have this phone number here, and you can chat directly with support from within this panel too. So that is where I would direct you guys to keep the momentum going, right? If you're ever looking for more content about Lofty, we always want to encourage that. So there's always going to be more content available within the Learning Center, within the Get Training button, or within the Help Center. Okay, I hope that this has illuminated more about the Lofty website tool, how robust the the SEO website is, how the agent website works in conjunction with those SEO websites and how they're different. And then I'm glad that we were able to dive into a lot of really good questions that were in the chat as well. I'll now just close it out. If we've got any more questions to round it up here in the last 5 minutes, we can do those. Wilson, do you have any more questions we want to go over?
Yeah, just check in. Looks like from the YouTube side, Ben, and I don't know if there's a little more clarity. He just said in this question, is this included in the EXP portal? How do we get access? What, if any, is the cost? So I think, Ben, you're referring to maybe like the ability to build websites, or maybe you're referring to the recordings. These trainings are done Mondays and Wednesdays, and they will be available within, I believe, EXP World, and there's a YouTube channel that you can access other Lofty trainings we've done. As far as cost goes, you would have to opt into the CRM of choice, and then the account that you would get with Lofty upon opting in and choosing Lofty would be covered under your $85 tech fee each month with the XP. So I think that was what he was asking there. He's in YouTube, and so interacting is a little bit harder to do. But another question, John, that's specific around Lofty that I wanted to bring up was, let me see here. Heidi said, is there a way to add links to vendor partners?
Is there a way to add links to vendor partners? Yeah, that's a good question. If we go in here to our full website and we add a vendor partner block, let me go ahead and add a block for us. We can play around with this and see if we can't come up with a solution right now. There we go, vendor. Adding this in. So preferred professional, there we go. So right now, this vendor block right here, we've got our description here, we've got our title. Here's probably what I would do. So this is where we're going to display our vendors listed out here, and this is going to come from our settings tab, which vendors are going to pop up, right? Let's go ahead and take a look and see once I click on this. If I click on home inspection, then it is going to list out all of my home inspectors right there. Once I click on home inspection, if I want to add more links, this is a way that you can add links to any block. For instance, let's say that I wanted to have it where they click preferred professionals. They go to a separate page where I list out a ton of information about my vendors. I can add logos, add a ton of basically build a page from scratch. What I would do is I'd highlight preferred professionals right here. And then I can come over here to this link button and I can link. So I can say, after they click here, go to google.com. Just like that, click save. This can be anything, but this would probably be a link to a different part of your website. And now if we go there and we're scrolling through, we see preferred professionals. We can click on preferred professionals, and now it's going to take us to that page. Okay. What I would recommend if you're looking to give more information about the preferred professionals after they click is to use a different type of block than this one if you don't just want to list, and add in those links, link off of specific words, and then link to other pages within Lofty that you build about those vendors. I know that might have been a little bit further in depth for people who aren't currently building Lofty websites. That's a really good question. And the way that I would do it is the way I explained, adding a different type of block maybe that includes buttons, or just linking with the words like we just did to other pages that we build specifically about the vendors.
Perfect. John, I appreciate you joining me today going through websites. Just the XP agents that are listening and still know that we'll be doing more trainings on these topics. We'll probably be getting into websites again in the future. We're meeting with you on Mondays and Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. But do appreciate everyone's questions and interacting with this within the chat. John, again, thank you so much. It was a great training. And know as well, guys, that these are recorded and available for you after we go live on them. So thank you so much. And we will be with you guys here next week on some more training topics. Thanks so much, XP agents. Thanks, John.
Thanks, everyone. Yep.
Oh, one last thing. I want to shout out Katie Van Ness. Thank you so much. She's been on Monday and today helping quite a bit with questions from other Lofty agents. Other EXP agents. Lofty. She's got a wealth of knowledge within Lofty, and she's been super helpful and interacting in